Okay, let me introduce you to a really cool product here from Garmin, the dēzl Headset 200. You can see they call it their premium 2-in-1 trucking headset, obviously because 2 in 1. Now this box is a little banged up. I've been using this all week to store it, but I assure you everything was wrapped perfectly, had plastic around it and everything, so it comes perfectly packaged. So what do we got in the box? Well, there's the headset itself. Get into that here more in a bit. Here's the ear cone, the second one. And what else we got here? Okay, first we got this nifty bracket, holding bracket. And look at here. This, I don't know if you can see it or not, but this, well, you can see it if I get up here on screen. This is a 3.5-inch headphone cord. How do you like that? Apparently it just plugs right in. You can use it like a traditional headphones. Wow. And there's the USB-A to USB-C charging port or charging cord. And of course the manual. That's all there is in that. All right, let's dig in a little bit here. You can see there's an important safety and product information, which basically tells you, that you can store it between what temperatures, when the thing's gonna melt, So that's the whole booklet is honestly pretty useless, but it comes with this handy little start guide here. And I say handy because, well, it's pretty straightforward. One, here, they want you to scan that barcode, or you can just go to this garmin.com/dēzl app there and download the dēzl app. You're gonna need this for, well, you can use it for hooking up to your phone and through the Bluetooth, or you can just do it traditionally as you would any other headset that you have or any other Bluetooth device that you have. But it also has some other features, like you can control the bass, and to flat, to jazz, to a few different kinds. I can't remember, but a few different EQ levels. And I have noticed that those do make quite a bit of difference. But hey, not only is the Garmin dēzl app good for the headset here, but also for the dēzl OTR 810 GPS unit I got, or any other GPS unit you have. I'll show you that later. You can add as many devices as you need, as many Garmin devices at least. So, basically instructions here, hey, plug this in and you can charge it. There's your power switch. There's how you hook up to Bluetooth, and you can use OK Garmin by hitting that little Garmin button right there, and that will also bring up like your voice assistant or your your Siri or your OK Google. Sorry, I just probably set off your phone there. Sorry about that. So handy little guide here, but honestly it doesn't go into a lot of detail about what you can do with the unit. Now this does go over the very basics, but it is very, very, very basic. As you can see, we've got the it shows that you can rotate this, so you can have this boom on the right or the left side. This shows you just how to hook the ear cup up. This is just saying when the thing is straight up, you're muted. When you drop it, you can answer a phone call. There's a volume up and down switch, and this little control here does a lot of stuff, and we'll talk about that here in a little bit. Okay, so let me show you the first cool feature here. And the coolest feature and the most noticeable, obviously, is this second ear cup. And I gotta tell you, it is really easy to pop in and out. I mean, it just is super easy to come out. You can even do it with, really, basically with one hand, really. I've reached up while I was driving, testing the unit, not driving full time with this thing on, but it's comes off pretty darn easy. Now, to turn these on, here's the power switch. Now this is one thing that's a little weird. You can see that it's turned on now. This is different than any other headset I've used because the other headsets I've used are not reversible. And so with this one being reversed, sometimes, as you can see, if you're wearing it like this, the power button is over here on your right, on the front. Now that if you're wearing it like this, it's going to be on the back. So you just got to remember which side this boom mic is on. So back here, this is the charging port right here. And over here, we have the Bluetooth. That's, you hold that down for a few seconds and the dēzl app will pick it up and connect it for you. Or you can do it traditionally through your phone, like I said. And this is one of the most unique features, and I have never seen another headset, at least another trucking headset that does this, but this ANC, I honestly don't know what that A stands for, but the NC stands for noise cancellation. So this is what's so unique about this. Not only does the microphone have noise canceling, which pretty much every trucking headset has, but it also has noise cancellation in the earphones. That is weird. And quite honestly, it does an excellent job at blocking out sound. So when you're sitting in your bunk and you're watching, a movie or something, you can put these on and hey, why not? You can just plug them in right here, just like a traditional headset. And when you're doing this, by the way, you'll notice that power switch goes off because you don't need it. This powers it when you plug it in. How cool is that? Now, I have used these gaming even, and honestly, they sound a little bit better than my gaming headphones, which is amazing. But that's probably because these have that bass boost on it, and I had that turned on at the time. Now, as you can see, these things are mammoth. They are really mammoth, but they got a lot of padding on them. They're very, very comfortable to wear. The most comfortable I've ever worn. Now, they are big, so they will go over the outside of most people's ears, which to me makes them more comfortable. Now, that may not be your thing. Some drivers will want, ones that just set right on their ear. Other people like them nice and big like this that go over the top of your ears, and I do have tiny ears, so there is that. But they fit all the way over the top of it, and my ears do not sweat at all, which I was afraid of with this kind of material on here, which is kind of like a fake leather. It's really soft and really nice on your head though. So these features over here, again, this is that Garmin button. You press and hold this for just a few seconds and it will activate like your, I'm sorry for doing this, but your Hey Siri or your OK Google, or it will actually activate the on-device voice navigation, so you can just hold that and then tell the device what you want it to do. For instance, look up a phone number or something like that. I use this for Siri all the time, and it works really good. I will have to say, though, that as far as I can tell, there is no indication when you hold this down. Like on your phone, if you hold down the button for Siri, or you say, Hey Siri, again, sorry, it'll go ding, and you'll know it's listening. As far as I can tell, this does not make any sound. Maybe it's just because I'm going down the road and I don't hear it, but I don't hear any sound, which is kind of annoying. I mean, honestly, you want to be able to hear when the device is listening. You don't know how long to hold the button. I believe it's 3 seconds, but it would be nice to just have a little ding or a chime or something. But anyway, this little button here is very unique. This is a rocker switch. I've never seen this on a device before. So pressing down like that is volume down. Pressing up is, of course, volume up. If you want to take a phone call and your boom is in the upward position, all you have to do is drop it down and it will answer the call. If you want to mute, you can put it right back up. Or if you already have it down and somebody calls, you can just tap this button. So not only does it go up and down, but you tap it also. And one thing about these is there is a kind of a steep learning curve on this button right here, this toggle switch. Like for instance, if you're listening to music, that's up, that's down. Also, if you're on a phone call, it does the same thing. But if you are, for instance, talking on a phone call and you tap this button, it will hang up. Or if somebody calls in while you're already on the line, you can tap that again and it will answer the call and put the current one on hold. And there's also a way, I'm trying to remember how to do it, but I think if you tap and hold it, it will actually just add the other person into your current phone call. I think that's the way that works. There's a long list of these on the website, I believe. It might be in the app. I honestly don't remember because I'm not well prepared. Basically, that's the gist of it. But like I was saying, these controls do a lot of different things. Like when you're listening to music, if you tap it, that's a pause. And to resume your music, tap it again. If you want to skip to the next song, I believe you tap twice. And I think reverse, going back and listening to the same song over again, is 3 taps. I'm pretty sure on that. So that's all the controls. So pretty straightforward. It's a good looking unit. Now let's see what it looks like on. Okay, first of all, please excuse my scruffy appearance. Normally I like to get all shaven and look all handsome and debonair, you know, when I do these videos, but not today. That's because I had a dentist appointment yesterday, and man, the whole side of my face was just completely numb. It was funny watching me drink water afterwards, actually. I had a drinking problem, you could say. But yeah, I didn't feel like slicing my face off with a razor, so this is what you get. So the big question is, what do these suckers look like on? Because man, they are big, are they not? Yeah, well, basically, yep, you guessed it, you look like Princess Leia. Or perhaps more appropriately, Princess Vespa from Spaceballs. Yeah, and those were actually headphones when she took them off. But anyway, you can see they are very, very, very big. But they're very, very, very comfortable also. I mean, they are the most comfortable I've probably ever worn. Really, really good. And they sound awesome. I gotta tell you, the quality of these things is really, really top tier. I mean, I've owned Sony studio headphones before, and they compare to those. I mean, they're really, really, really good. So that's kind of how they look. Like I say, all the buttons are really easy. You know, you can swing this up and out of your way. You can switch sides, really easy. If you want this ear cup to come off, you know, it's just a matter of reaching up here with your hand and hitting that little button right there, and you can just kind of pull them down, and then you got a convertible. And that's, you know, what you want to do when you're driving, because otherwise it's illegal, right? But I do have to say that the noise cancellation on these things is pretty darn good too. I have AirPods Pro, and they have noise cancellation, and it works really, really, really well. Now again, that is mostly just for watching movies, listening to music when you're in the cab of your truck, things like that, not while you're driving, because these will block out some sound. I did some testing, and it does actually, testing purposes only, but I did turn on that noise cancellation going down the road, listening to some music, and also on phone calls, and it does block out a lot of that road noise, but that's kind of the road noise you need. You know, like if a cop's coming up on you, you want to be able to hear that siren. It's almost, you can hear trucks passing you, but just barely if you got some music cranked up in here. But boy, they sound good going down the road. Disclaimer, I ain't saying doing it. I'm just saying they sound good going down the road. Don't do it. It's illegal. Cop sees you, you will get nailed, because these things are huge, and there's no way they're gonna miss these. Let's be honest. So anyway, like I said, all the controls on these things are great. They're really easy to define. That's really easy. The Garmin button right there. Their power button's right there. Bluetooth is right here on the back. And up top is the noise control. You see how easy I found each one of those. It just comes, it's really intuitive after, you know, just the first time you wear them. But again, the big stickler right here and the big learning curve is that little toggle switch. It's right there, it's easy to push, but it's just trying to remember what each thing does and which mode you're in and how that will affect what this toggle switch does. There's going to be a lot of experiment, I can tell you that, and probably going to hang up on some people now and then until you get the hang of it. But anyway, love these devices. I love this device. It's really, really great, and it sounds awesome. Now the big catch here is this sucker is $399. Now this is I know that's a lot of money, but this is a really high quality unit. I mean, it's not just for, you know, driving a truck. Like I said, I was using it playing my Destiny 2 game on PlayStation, and there's lots of explosions and gunfire, and they sounded really, really, really great. Now, they're not quite as comfortable as my gaming headset, you know, but pretty darn close. I wore them for quite a while, and I plugged in using the you know, the little cord that comes with it, and they just work great, and they didn't use any battery power the whole time I was doing that. So that's really cool. At least I'm pretty sure it's not using battery power. That little white power indicator light goes off when that happens. Here's another really cool thing about these things. I couldn't believe it. 50 hours of talk time. Yeah, 50 hours. Now, I tested these. A charge takes about 2 hours, but these last a really, really, really long time. Now, I didn't talk for 50 hours, but, experimenting with listening to music, and I had the noise cancellation on, which obviously uses a lot of battery power, but I was still able to get about 37 hours of time out of these things. As far as I can tell, that's more than any other device out there like this. Even, single unit, without the second ear cup is often, like 28 hours, I think is the most I ever saw, maybe 32, but these list at 50 talk time. And I believe that if I was just talking the whole time, I really think they would last about 50 hours. But, with all the music listening and podcast listening that I do, and like I said, really experimenting a lot with that noise cancellation, I was getting about 37 hours out of it typically, but that is a long time, which probably explains this little bitty tiny cord. You're not going to be charging this thing. I think the idea here is just to charge this, at your hotel room, or, for the night when you can plug it in really close to your power. And I don't know. I don't like this tiny little thing. It barely reached from my power cord over to my seat, so I could set these on the seat and power it up that way, but thankfully most everybody has a standard USB-C, because that's exactly what that is. Where's the camera over there? Yeah. There it is. Yeah, USB-C. It's just a standard, anything you charge with USB-C, you can use a cord. So I already had a 6-footer from one of my other devices, and I just used that one. I hardly ever use this one, except for the first night when I realized it was only this long, because this is the only charging cable that comes in the box, believe it or not. It's amazing to me, for $400 they couldn't give you one that's about 4, 5, 6 feet long, something like that. But hey, you get what you get. And honestly, like I say, it's probably overkill, because most of you probably already have some kind of USB charger, as most phones use that today. So anyway, I have nothing good. No, I have everything good. I have nothing bad to say about this device. This dēzl headset 200, great, good comfort, good quality. Oh man, I just love these things. If they were, $300 is or no, not 300, $400 is a lot of money. I just saw them at Love's on sale for $350. That's still a lot of money, but this is a really high quality device that I think you're really going to enjoy if you really enjoy, having good music and good sound quality. So if you're interested in that, make sure you go check that out. Again, that is the Garmin dēzl headset 200. And if you don't want to spend $400 on these and you don't care about the music and everything, well, they have a cheaper model that is the headset 100, and that's just basically just leaves off that one ear cup, and that's basically all the difference. So be sure you check this out. I'm going to put a link in the show notes to these, and well, I say show notes because that's what I do in my podcast, but this is a video, so there's not going to be a link in the show notes. There'll be a link in the video where you can actually go and order these, and I'm going to try to use an affiliate, an Amazon affiliate on that, and see how that works. And if you're interested in these, that would help me out. We're at the Trucker Dump Podcast. Well, thanks for watching this review of the Garmin dēzl Headset 200. I really dig this device. It's really great. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to send it back, but thank you, Garmin, for sending it to me for review. Boy, I'm going to miss you, little baby. Bye-bye.